Hello everyone and welcome to my front porch. Ooh, I got my blanket because it's a little cooler on these winter nights. Now I'm in the south, but I'm not like south with the uneducated people. I'm a little more educated than that. I'm a little more north than that, so it's a little cooler here. So I got my blanket on my front porch. Gotta get all cozy for this little winter weather. Still a little bit of fall, but not really. But I still like to keep, the pumpkin spice candles and all those things. I got my Starbucks. Well, that's all finished. But I, of course, have my Stanley to keep hydrated. I did watch the Water of the Day on Water Talk. Make sure to follow me there because I make really great waters. I got all the syrups because I can afford them. I know you know what I mean, my girls. I can afford the syrups, every single one of them, and the little furniture things, you put them in and spin them around and select them. Oh, my Stanley needs to behave itself. But anyways, I am, of course, Maureen Anne Mary Smithson, one of the famous Smithsons of this neighborhood. Oh, me and my husband Donovan have been living here for so long and we've been really enjoying it. But as of late, there's been some lies that have been spread around about me and my family and my children, my twins, James and Jamie. Got a boy and a girl. We have the perfect little family unit. I was so blessed with those twins. God blessed me. He did. I pray every day to the Lord. He gave me exactly what I wanted, and now I need to be thankful, which I always am. At Thanksgiving this year, a few weeks ago, I said, Lord, I am thankful for the food that's on this table, the people who are around me on this table, and my amazing, blessed children. No matter how much of little brats they can be and how much they don't listen to me, I am still grateful for them. But I decided to start this little program, and James, he helped me with this because he's more of a tech wizard than I am. All I can do is post on Facebook and the TikTok. I can't really do anything much other than that. What? No, James, it's good. No, it's recorded. Yes, I know it's recorded. Yes, I'm not that dumb. James, go back in your room and play the Fort Ops. Go back in your room and play the Fort Ops. I'm done with you. You need to go back in your room this instant. James. Ugh. I am so glad that Donovan is out at his golf club and Jamie is out with her friends at the mall because, ooh, a full house, I can barely take it with all the noise, all the jibber jabber, but it's pretty relaxed now. It is. But I just need to start this program because there have been lies that spread around the PTA, spread around the school, spread around this neighborhood, this esteemed neighborhood, and I just need to set the record straight. So if you believe in the truth and if you believe in justice, you will listen to this program and keep listening and make sure to subscribe and like so I can keep making this program because I am just so delighted by the opportunity to speak my truth because it is what I deserve. The truth will set you free and the truth is given by the Lord. So by the transitive property, the good Lord will set me free as he does every day. So as I said, my life has been full of blessings from the very moment of my birth. But lately, there's been less blessings and there's been more annoyances. And that has been really hard on me. I'm a good woman, a good stay-at-home mom, no matter what those feminists say of being a stay-at-home mom being bad for you. I am a proud stay-at-home wife and mother, raising my children who are thankfully 16 years old now, young and healthy children, thank the Lord. And I have just been given so many blessings, but lately the annoyances have really been getting to me. So it all started when I was at the Wise Women group, the little group that is an extension of my neighborhood's homeowners association. And if you think HOAs are predatory, then you are poor. And that is your problem and not mine. You know what I mean? That is your problem and not mine. You should have married rich like I did. My husband Donovan, he is an engineer. I do not know what type of engineering he does. He graduated from MIT. I do not know what MIT stands for. But when he showed me the bank account on his phone, I said, yes, I do. So I was at the Wise Women group. It's a little group that I did not start, but I am the president of it because I am the most outspoken. I am able to carry on the meetings and keep everything organized, unlike some people who are just not organized and they just do not know what they're doing and they can barely send an email and they can barely keep up in a text chain. And like I said, I'm no tech whiz, but I am still able to live in this modern world. I mean, not being able to send an email, I mean, that is just ridiculous. And I do not associate with people who cannot do the most basic of things. I do not associate with people of those kind. No, I do not. The good Lord gave you a phone and a computer, and you better know how to use it. Yes, you should. So I was at the Wise Women group, and we were reviewing home applications as we do for the different homes. Now, technically, that's not very legal, but it's something we do just to keep the status and the appearance of the neighborhood. Of course, you know, the applications just go to the home sellers, but we got kind of an inside person, a little birdie, if you will, who will give us some information on who the potential buyers are and when the closings are happening. So we were reviewing that data, we were reviewing those people, and we spotted someone who just did not appear to be high class. Their pictures on Facebook, they were in just t-shirts and yoga pants, and I love me a good yoga pant. I love me some Lululemon, but to be wearing them all the time, that is just unsightly. You gotta be wearing the jeans, you gotta be wearing your slacks, what have you, but you cannot be wearing your yoga pants all the time. No, that is for the Jamba Juice, and that is for the yoga beforehand. It should not be at any other time of the day, especially outside of your home. So we were looking at that, and we were like, how could people who seem to not be able to afford to live in this neighborhood, how are they making applications for this home? And that's when we talked about it, and we discovered that some people are rebelling. They are rebelling against the good word of the Lord Jesus Christ himself. They are not following his teachings. You know, in the Bible, it says to not wear mixed fabrics, and you know, we kind of all ignored that because that doesn't really serve us. You know, I think if the good Lord put mixed polyester and cotton clothing on the market, then we should be able to buy it. But we kind of interpret that as you should not wear mixed styles. You know, you're not going to wear yoga pants or jeans with a dress, absolutely not. But these people seem to be doing that, and it is just sinful. It is a sin. And I just don't believe in that. I don't associate with sinners because I am going to get into heaven. I go to the church every single Sunday. Even if I have to drag my kids out of bed, they want to sleep until noon. And I said, no, the Lord does not wait for anyone. Jesus may have died for your sins, but he did not die for you to sleep off the entire day. No, he did not. And they will complain to me, Mom, it is summer. We are growing kids. We need to sleep. And I said, the church will help you grow. The good Lord of Jesus himself will help you grow and help you be strong. You just got to stick with your prayers. So that was one of the first incidents that was really rumbling my world, so to speak. And I was like, something just is not right here. Something is going on, and something is just rumbling below the surface. A little earthquake of sin. So then, actually, the next day was a Sunday. We did go to church, and you know, James and Jamie, they were not having it. I literally had to drag them out of bed and through the carpet and into the bathroom to get ready, and they did not like that. They were screaming and hollering, Mama, let go of me, let go of me. And I said, no, you are going to go to church. Slap on your clothes, do your hair, you are going to church. And you know, Jamie, she always says, Mom, why do I have to curl my hair? But James just has to put some water in his hair and he's okay. What's about that? And I said, we as women and you as a young girl need to look good, but not too good, because the men are going to look at you, and it doesn't matter how old they are. If they're looking at you, that is your fault, and you need to cover yourself up. So if even one man looks at you the wrong way, there goes your curling hour. So you better curl your hair, but not curl it too tight and not curl it too voluminously, because then you will seek the attention of men, and that is not good for you. You know, she has a boyfriend, my little Jamie. She has a boyfriend. He is so smart. He reminds me of my husband, the engineer. You know, he's always, you know, my little Donovan, my big Donovan, so to speak. He's not a child. He's a grown man. He's always at the golf club with his other grown man adult friends. He's always there. You know, I feel like he spends so much time there, but it's good for him to be with his friends. And then I could have some alone time in the bathtub with my essential oils that are good for cleansing all of the bad spirits out of me. And I always wonder, what's he doing there? I thought, like, I know they only play 9 holes. Like, does it really take that long to get through 9 holes? But apparently it does take that long to get through 9 holes. I guess it does at the country club. But Jamie, she has a boyfriend. He is so smart, and you know, they got promise rings for each other. It was so, so sweet, and I just know they are going to commit to each other, and they are going to abstain from sex until marriage. And I am so happy for that, because this school, these schools, they are teaching our children filth. They are teaching our children the word of the devil and the word of sin, and I did not stand for it. I went to the board, I went to the conferences, and I said, in the good name of Jesus Christ himself, you better teach abstinence, because that is the only way to get into heaven. And they said, yes, thank you. We will be implementing that next year. And I said, thank you to you as well. And you know, some parents were not happy with that. The liberals, the Democrats, who say they're going for freedom of will and free speech and this and that, when they're really silencing the other side. They were not too happy at that. And I said, too bad for you. You can teach your children whatever you want in your home, but when it comes to the schools, all children should learn what's going to get them into heaven. So they got promise rings for each other, and it was so cute. You know, I see them, they've kissed a couple times, but other than that, they haven't done anything. And you know, James has a girlfriend. So all my kids, my 2 beautiful children, they're both coupled up. And you know, sometimes I hear like ricketing in their rooms, like little like ricketing going on. And I let them close the door, unlike some of my friends, because they don't trust their children. But I trust my children a lot. I know they are good children who are going to get into beyond the pearly gates and get into heaven and make good choices. But sometimes I hear ricketing. So one night I asked James, what's all that ricketing? It sounds like there's an earthquake in here. We don't get earthquakes where we live. And he said, oh, me and Jessica, we're playing patty cake. And I said, James, you make me laugh. You are too old to be playing patty cake. And look at you playing patty cake. You must be doing that so hard, clapping each other's hands so hard. Why are you doing that? And he said he just likes to feel innocent. And he just likes to forget about the troubles of his day by playing patty cake with his girlfriend. And it's so funny, because Jamie said the same thing. She was playing patty cake with her boyfriend. And I was like, oh my God, James is doing that. Is that like a little thing you kids are doing? Are you kids learning that on the TikTok? And they said, yes. So I didn't know that was a trend. So for you parents out there, you best be knowing that the kids, they're playing patty cake with each other. And we mustn't judge. You know, we want our kids to grow up into responsible adults, but this is what helps them calm down, especially in this age of the politics and the chaos and that darn social media. You know, I know my kids need to be on it to stay connected, but sometimes I wonder, it's that damn phone that is causing you all of this stress, that are letting the bad spirits in and just freaking you out. But if playing patty cake is how they solve it, then I am just fine with that. You know, my heart really is full of my kids' love, and my love for my kids and my husband and my family as a whole and my wonderful household, and I will do just about anything for them. So when they're playing patty cake with their in their committed relationships, I will look the other way and I will respect them. So shout out to my lovely adoring kids. I know they don't like me saying that. They don't like me loving on them too much, especially out in public, but I don't care. I just love my children. So we were at church. Oh yes, sorry, I go on such tangents. My husband's complaining about it all the time. He says, Maureen, shut up. And I'm like, oh, Donovan, you make me laugh. So I was dragging my kids out, and we were going to church, and we went to our church, our Latter-day Saints of Jesus Christ church. And we get in there, and I like to get in there a little early. I like to sit in the front. When I was in school, I was a really good student until I dropped out of college because I met Donovan, and I was like, well, that's it, enough of school. Who cares about education anyways? I mean, beyond high school, is it really that important? So, I mean, some of the moms in this neighborhood, some of my friends, they have a full-on bachelor's degree. They did the whole thing, but they met their husbands their senior years, and they said, you know what, we are good Christian women, and we are going to carry it through. If the Lord can lead you to it, he can lead you through it. And they said, if we found our husband so late into our college education, we might as well finish what we started. And I said, good for you for finishing what you started. I always tell my children that. So we get there a little early. I always like to sit, in the front. I just feel closer to the priest, the pastor, and closer to the word of God and the choir. Oh, the people in the choir, they sing such beautiful songs. They have such beautiful voices. So we were in church, and the sermon was going great. Our pastor does such an amazing job. I really just love him to pieces. He is such a lovely, lovely man. So the pastor was talking about, we have to respect our elders, and we have to respect our parents. And that is so important because our parents are the ones who guide us. They're always right. He said something even I disagreed with a little bit. I know, disagreeing with the pastor. That's not exactly a good thing, but we're all allowed to think our own thoughts in our head. So the pastor was saying that, sometimes the word of parents, we kind of have the word of God with how right we are and how our kids should follow our word. And, even though in the moment I thought that was doing a little too much, DTM, doing too much. My friend Linda, she taught me that phrase. She is so funny, and she is so connected with all the phrases going around in the neighborhood. So he was saying that, and even though I knew it was doing too much in the moment, I was like, yes, my kids need to follow my word and Donovan's word. Donovan, he is a manly man. I would never contest to that. I was looking for a manly man, and I found him. But he doesn't always like to discipline the children, at least not in the way that I think they need. He doesn't always like to give them a stern talking to. He prefers to just go in the backyard and do a little putt-putt with his little golf course he's got back there. Or just, if it's the right time of the day, just go to the golf club to burn off some steam. He gets so heated sometimes. I really do feel for him. So when he's not up to it, I will take the reins and I will discipline my children because I love them, and that's the reason I do it. Sometimes love and discipline, sometimes they are synonymous with each other, at least the way I do it. So I was really feeling what he was saying, that we need to follow the word of our elders. I still do that. My mom, my father, my father, bless his heart, he has passed, but my mom, she's still alive, and she's in a home. We thought that was best for her, even though we do have an empty guest bedroom. I was like, my mom doesn't want to live with her child again. God knows I gave her much too much grief when I was growing up. I know she doesn't want to deal with that again. So I put her in a nice, lovely home that's an hour away from me, and because of my busy schedule, I just can't visit her too much, and she does not know how to work a smartphone, and they don't have telephones anymore at the nursing home. It is just too much of a new age for that. So we don't have a lot of communication. So I don't always need to respect her word because I'm not hearing her word much anymore. But with us and my kids, they need to respect my word. And the pastor, I was raising my hand. I was doing this. I was like, yes, the kids need to follow us and respect our word and our choices for them. But there were some kids, I was hearing a little giggling behind me, and I said, excuse me, children, why are you laughing? And I looked at the mom. I'm not familiar with that mom. She lives on the very other side of the neighborhood, and she, I shouldn't speak ill of others. It's not very becoming of me as a respectful Christian woman, but she doesn't participate. She doesn't go to the HOA meeting. She doesn't want to join the wise women. She just doesn't do much of anything. She just works. She is a working woman. And I'm like, I know what your husband does. He is a bona fide scientist. You don't need to be doing all of that. And y'all got a nice inheritance from your parents. Your parents essentially bought your house. I know a lot about them because my other friend, Evelyn, she knows everything about everything. She's the little birdie flying around everyone's house. She's even multiple little birdies, and she hears the tea on everyone. And what sweet, sweet tea that is. So I know a lot about this little family and what they got going on. But I thought to myself, your parents essentially bought your house for you. Why are you working? So, everyone has their own choices, but some choices don't seem to be as right as other choices. But of course, I can't say anything. I can't make a scene. But I look at her and I say, ma'am, why are your children laughing? And why are you letting them laugh? And then she said, oh, I just let them, I just think that children, they should have some of their own freedom. And I gave her one of these. And everyone in this neighborhood, no matter how new, old you are, no matter how much you participate or not participate, everyone knows the Maureen stare down. And when you get the Maureen stare down, that means, ooh, 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 I do not think well of you. So I said to myself, you know what? I'm just not going to associate with her. I'll be nice to her in public, of course. Got to keep up appearances. But I'm just not going to talk to her a lot. I just don't like her. She's just not a fun-loving woman. She's just, dare I say it, she got to stick up her ass. Oh, there I go cursing. I need to do, good Lord, I am so sorry for cursing. Sometimes it just comes out of me, but she is just not. She just got a big fat stick up her ass. She really does. So then I was like, wow, someone in this neighborhood even, someone who's not applying for a house, but is just already in the neighborhood, and she's been here for a couple of years. Now she's saying all this fluff and disrespecting the word of God and the word of just what is right. And I was just like, for a split second, I was like, should we move? Should we move? Should we sell the house? And should we get up out of here? But no, I love my home too much, and my kids, they have their friends, and they have their boyfriend, girlfriend. I could not do that to them. Y'all, excuse me, I need to get a sip from my Stanley. I didn't really know about these cups, and then my daughter Jamie, she was asking Mom, every time we went to Target, she'd be like, Mom, I need a new one, I need a new one. And I was like, what is so special about this cup? They are so damn expensive, even though we can afford them. Mind you, comfortably afford as many as my baby girl doll wants. But she was saying, Mom, it's the rage. It's the new thing. Like, it is the new craze. And I said, oh, okay. And then I went on the TikTok and I searched up Stanley because I know how to search up stuff on that app. Yes, I do. And I was seeing all these moms with it. And I was like, oh, I need to get me one of those. So this is my white one. I just feel like it's very classy. I can always take it to a white party if I need to. Sometimes those come up. And, like the white and black, they just go with everything. So I got a white one, I got a black one, I got a pink one, of course, I got a blue one. I really got all the colors in the rainbow. And then I also have some of the limited edition ones. I had to fight off some moms at about 7 a.m. on Target multiple times to get it, but I did. I am a good Christian woman, but I do throw a good punch and a good knee to the neck, or elbow to the neck, excuse me. Because God gave me these limbs, so I'm going to use them. So I should need to take a little sip. I'm running out. I need to fill up my cup. You know who fills up your cup? Jesus Christ. Yes, he do. He's always going to be there to fill up your cup. So then there was a final moment that really just ruffled my feathers, and I was just like, what is going on? So I was at the PTA meeting. I always go. I am not the president because I really shouldn't be saying this. I am not the president because Jocelyn, one of the moms on the board of the PTA, she has it out for me. And that's because she thinks I cheated on my husband with her husband. And she said this while we were at a little block party. we were at her house, and I knew when I woke up and I was like, it's time for the block party, there was something in me. I swear, it was an angel that descended onto me and went into my body and said, Maureen, do not go to that block party. But Donovan, he doesn't like going to parties alone. He's not exactly the biggest social butterfly like I am. So, ooh, excuse me, got a little demon in my chest there. Ooh, gotta pat it out. Play a little pancake with it, get it out. So I did end up going. And Jocelyn, she takes me aside and she says, Maureen, I know a little something about you. And I said, what the hell could that be, Jocelyn? Ooh, this woman, she irks me. Ooh, I need to take a deep breath. Because even before this moment, I was like, this woman irks me. This woman thinks so highly of herself, and she does not have the vernacular that she thinks she does. She wears all these expensive clothes that do not fit her little scrawny body whatsoever. There is not a single curve on that woman. I know her husband is not satisfied. And that could not be said the same for my husband. My husband and I, we don't make love all the time. It doesn't seem like he has the same drive like other men do, but that's one of the things I love about him. He's so caring. Sometimes he's good with just a little wine night, watching a movie and a little bit of dinner while the kids are out with their friends. He doesn't need all that, and I'm really appreciative of that. So I said, what could you possibly know, Jocelyn? And Jocelyn, she said, I know you slept with my husband. And I leaned in and I said, your husband is ugly and so are you. Ooh. And you know what? This is not very becoming of me to say, but I felt so damn good in that moment. Yes, I did. Ooh, that bitch. Oh, there I go cursing again. I'm so sorry. That bitch had it coming because she was being a little conniving snake all up and down the neighborhood, all up and down the roads and in the school. She had it coming. And I said that to her. I did. And she, scoffed and then made a little face that made her even more ugly and showed off her wrinkles that she should not be having at her age. I don't have any wrinkles because I go to the dermatologist, but I also go to the plastic surgeon. I know that's right, swiping my husband's card. Ooh, and I love that plastic surgeon. Dr. Oh God, what's his name? I haven't been in so long because my face doesn't really need it that much. I think it was a couple years ago when I went. Because, I get the extra special treatment that lasts even longer than the regular treatments because I don't want to be going all the time. I got a really, really busy schedule. Dr. Evans, that's his name. Oh, good man, good Christian man. Where's that cross necklace on him? Oh, good man. He really works my face out. He really does a good job. So she left, and then from then on, she had just been so cold to me and so sour to me. And at the PT, so that's why I'm not president, because she has it out for me. And she would not vote me in. She would not do anything of the kind. If I even tried to be president, she would huff and puff and she would blow the schoolhouse gates down. She would. So I'm not president of the PTA, unfortunately, but that's okay because I still have a voice that she could never take away, especially not with that ugly face and those ugly hands. Ooh, I know that's right. Yes, I do. So we were at PTA, and this actually is not about Jocelyn. Jocelyn seemed to be having a quiet day, and she was finally not bothering me and not irritating me. Must have been tired from dissatisfying her husband. So we were at PTA, and the business was business as usual. We were looking at the curriculum, see if there was anything we needed to cause a fit about, see if there was anything we needed to bring attention to the community that would be harming our children and putting those very harmful, disgusting, gross thoughts into the heads of our children. And we were looking through the curriculum for the following year. and we found the strangest acronym. It was a 3-letter acronym, just like DTM, doing too much, but this was related to education, and the letters were SEL. And I had never come across that combination of letters before. So I went on my computer and I searched SEL, and I found the strangest thing called social and emotional learning. And I was like, what is this? So I was reading up the description of it on Fox, as I always do, and I was disgusted. I mean, our children need to be learning math, science, history, and reading, and that's it. Maybe another language, maybe a little bit of the arts, but really those children should be in sports, especially the young boys, because they need to be fit, and that is the calling from God for them to participate in sports. So I was like, no, I am not having it. This is something kids can learn at home from their parents. This does not, or by the good Lord, the good word of the Lord in charge. The good Lord can tell you about your emotions, especially the deadly sins. But this should not be something that is taught in school. It is a waste of time. It is a waste of taxpayer money. And I will be damned if my husband's taxes goes to something that I do not agree with. Absolutely not. He works too hard and gets so many taxes taken out of his paycheck. Thank you, Democrats. And just no. So I said, ladies, I do not agree with this, and we need to talk to the schools about this. And one of the women, she says, well, Maureen, it is a state requirement. They have to learn this. And I said, state requirement according to who? And she said, why, Maureen, the legislature. And I said, no. The good people that I vote into office would never vote for something like this. A school educational requirement like this. Absolutely not. So I did some more digging, and I found that they did. That the people I voted into office in my humble state voted for this. They said that the mental health of the children is important, and this is going to help them. And you know, I'm very back and forth on the whole mental health thing, because when I see my children crying, and when I see my children stressing about their assignments, and when I see my wonderful husband Donovan stressing about his job, I think, oh, I just want to help them. If only there was enough love I could give to them that could help them. But then I think, these are really the demons, and these are the bad spirits getting into them. You know, when I have a little, what the Democrats and the liberals would call a panic attack, that is really the good Lord choosing me as a prophet and showing me these terrifying images so that I can be warned of them and so that I can prevent them as best as I can. And good Lord, does he show me a lot of bad images. Sometimes it keeps me up at night, but I say, yes, thank you, God, thank you, Jesus, for showing me the bad things that are to come from my husband and children so I can stop them like the warrior that I am. I do think men should lead the household as they should, as they always have since the dawn of time, but I will protect my family. Yes, I will. So I thought, this is just the final straw. The fact that the people I voted in, trusting that they will protect me and my family and all the children in the state, and hopefully in America too, the fact that they would vote for something like this, it just appalled me. And it showed me that the world is changing. And the world is changing in a way that even the good Lord cannot give me the predictions to. He cannot show me everything, and he will not show me everything. You know, something about the Lord that a lot of people won't accept is that he won't just give you what you want. You have to work for it. He will show you a path, but it is up to you to take that path and walk that path. Even if you have to walk in heels, even if you have to walk in 6-inch stilettos, which I would never do because I am not a harlot, 3 inches or less, that is it, because 6 inches is satanic. I don't even know why I said that, but you know, if the good Lord told me to, I would. If he gave me permission, I would do it. I would walk through broken cobblestones and broken glass for him. Yes, I would. So I thought I needed to do something about this, and just something is going on. People are lying about me. People have these false interpretations of me. And like, I'm worried about Donovan too. You know, work has really been getting to him. I guess just all the maths and all the engineering and all this stuff he's doing for his job is just too stressful. He's been spending so much time at the country club. Ooh, excuse me, the demons again. Ooh. He's been spending so much time at the country club. He's going every second that he can, and he's going with his best buddies. And I always love to see them hanging out. You know, they're so friendly to each other. You know, there's lots of men that don't have the friendships that women do. And, you know, men really do need to have friendships. It's good for them to have their male bonds with each other, those bonds that they cannot have with a woman, only the special bonds that men can have with each other. And so he's at the country club all the time, and I'm just, you know, I like my alone time, but I'm also starting to feel a bit lonely. So I said to him, Donovan, could you spend a little more time at home? And he said, well, Maureen, I just need to be at the club. I know, like, I love you so much, but I need to be with my boys, and I need to be enjoying some cold beers with them and hitting some holes with them. And I said, okay, Donovan, I understand. I just love you so much, and I want what is best for you. So he's been spending so much time at the country club, and you know, he's even brought some new buddies along, and I think they're out of the neighborhood, but they can still get into the club if they pay the very high membership fees for it. So they're getting in, and you know, I see all of them together, and I'm like, I wonder what they might be doing. You know, when they're in the locker rooms, the change rooms, you know, golfing, you can work up quite a sweat with it, especially on a sunny day. I guess especially on a cold day too. He said he's always in the locker room with them, and I say, well, Donovan, it's 40 degrees outside. How are you getting warm? And he said, oh, you know, just like the anticipation and the sportiness of it, and sometimes the sun is making me sweat. And I said, okay, that sounds fun. You know, I just imagine them, you know, like whipping the towels at each other. Oh, I bet they have a really fun time. You know, some people decry the locker room talk, but I think it's good for men to have their own space where they can really huddle up and tell their own little jokes without the presence of women and really form those bonds together. And I think Donovan is doing a really good job as forming those bonds, and I think it's really helping our relationship as a whole. But enough of my husband. There was one final lie. And you know, I have a hard time saying this because it was just such an emotional situation, and it wasn't even Jocelyn. It was Marcus. Marcus is one of the men in the neighborhood, and you know, I know all the media always shows the cat fights and the mean girls of it all, but sometimes it's the men that can really do the damage. And I respect men, I love men, but if you cross me, I will get you back. I will. I've seen it in the Bible numerous times when the Egyptian Pharaoh was enslaving the Jewish people and God sent down the plagues. Sometimes I think of myself as a plague, and I will not be afraid to fill your home with flies and frogs and blood. Well, that's getting a little ahead of myself. I'm not going to kill anyone. I would never kill anyone. No. That's a straight ticket to hell. I would never do that. Of course not. But Marcus, he spread this lie, and he was really keeping me out of it. He was doing a really smart job. He was being a little snake in the grass about it, keeping me out in the loop until it was too late. He was telling everyone that I was a lesbian. I know. I'm like, a lesbian? I've never looked at a woman like that. I've never associated women with the idea of sex in that way, or any way other than friendship and platonic love. He just wanted to get revenge because I allegedly stole his egg salad recipe. First of all, you're a man. Why are you cooking? That is your wife's job. Second of all, I make it better, and I put my own twist on it. So don't be spreading this lies. This is fair use. I took a class in college before I dropped out about the Constitution and about rights, so I know my rights, and I know about the Supreme Court's decision for fair use, and I know that that extends to recipes. So don't try coming for me. I will sue you for defamation, Marcus. So he spread around town that I was a lesbian, and he said he had receipts, which he did not. And it was a couple weeks in when my friend, she finally told me about it. She asked me, Maureen, are you a lesbian? And I said, why the fuck would you say that? Oh, there I go again. Jesus, Lord, forgive me for my cursing. I said, why would you say that? And she said, because Marcus has been spreading that around. And I said, Marcus is awful and he is a liar. And you know, I took a lot of defense for the whole situation. I even took out an ad in the newspaper to clear my name. And like I was defensive. You know, I don't hate gay people. I wouldn't say that I hate anyone except Jocelyn and Marcus because they've actively harmed me and lied about me and said outlandish, terrible things about me. But you know, it's just a lifestyle that's associated with hell. And you know, I think everyone can be saved. I think everyone can follow the path of God. I just don't like it when people resist that path. I really don't. And you know, like my children, James and Jamie, if they ever said to me, Mom, I am gay, I would say to them, I love you no matter what, but you're going to have to go to church more often because you just need to find the path to the Lord. And that's really it. You know, if someone gay moved into town, I'd be like, oh, hi. I would attend their block parties, their little house parties. I would make my egg salad for them, but it just doesn't sit right in my noggin. Like, it just doesn't sit right in my head. I just don't see it. I just don't understand. And I've tried to understand. I've tried to consult the Bible, and I just haven't been able to understand it. So at the end of the day, I will do what is best for everyone, especially my children, and I just needed to clear my name and clear up the defamation. I was thinking of a lawsuit. I was. But Donovan said, no, if we do a lawsuit, we're not going to be able to go on vacation this year. And I said, I will be going to Hawaii. Thank you very much. So instead, what I did is I spread a little rumor of my own. And I'm not particularly proud of this, I would not say, but it did get the job done. I told Marcus's wife that he is cheating. And I know that's not very original. I know I kind of did the same thing he was doing minus the gay part, but it got the job done because it is a tale as old as fucking time. Oh, there I go again. Sorry, Jesus. It is a tale as old as Tom, the cheating husband. And I asked James to make some images for me on his computer that would kind of prove it. And he is such a whiz with his computer. I'm so glad I spent $2,000 on him for his Christmas present. And I said, honey, could you do this for me? And he said, yes, Mom, I love you so much. And I said, thank you, James. I think his birthday is coming up in a couple of months. I think he just wants a really good gift. And you know what? I respect the hustle. And he will be getting a really good gift. So he made some images for me. He made some text messages for me, some screenshots. And let's just say that they won't be living in the neighborhood much longer. So that house might be opening up soon, and we have some more applications coming in that we are going to review. And I'm feeling unsettled by everything. I really am. I just don't know what's going on. You know, some people in the grocery store, in the Target, they've said, oh, hey, Maureen. And I said, my name is not Maureen. I am not related to aquatics. My name is Maureen. And that person would have known me for a long time. So I just something in the air, something is going on. I don't know if it's mystical. I don't know if God has been getting into my life and sending angels and sending messages and kind of like leading me down a certain path. I don't know. But what I do know is that I will be able to get through it. If the Lord can lead you to it, He can lead you through it. And I stand strong in my convictions with Jesus. I stand strong with my family unit. And I know that no matter what happens, I will remain strong. So that has been my first episode. Thank you for visiting my front porch. Make sure next time bring your Stanley and fill it with that sweet tea. This is definitely going to make it ice cold. That's how I like my drinks. Ice cold. Especially on the hot summer days. Oh my God, it gets so hot here. But in the meantime, until next episode, remember that if people are spreading lies about you, you can always get them back. And if you feel like it's a little unchristian of you, you can always pray at the end of the day. So until next time, stay strong and stay godly. Thank you.